Hi, everyone, and welcome to Shop Strategy, your place for getting ahead in the e-commerce game. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something really crucial for Shopify merchants. We're going to unpack how you can, well, not just survive, but actually thrive when your customers are, everywhere, interacting with your brand across lots of different places, not just your website. It really boils down to multi-channel analytics and finding those hidden sales opportunities. They're out there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about staring at numbers on a screen. It's really about understanding the why behind what customers do, turning that raw data into actual strategies that, make a difference to your bottom line. It's about being smart with the info you have.
Precisely. And to help us figure this out, we've looked into research on Shopify's own analytics ecosystem and also taken a good look at a tool called Growth Suite, which seems pretty interesting for tackling these issues head on. Oh, and just so you know, this deep dive is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. You can test it for free on your Shopify store. Okay, so let's jump right in. The core problem, right? In today's world, shopping is fragmented. Customers don't just, walk a straight line. They might see on Instagram, maybe read some reviews somewhere else, check out your blog, and then finally buy through Google search. So why would your analytics just live in one spot?
That's the fundamental question, isn't it? And the answer is, well, it shouldn't. Multi-channel analytics isn't some luxury. It's it's essential for making better decisions, full stop. It gives you a much clearer picture of your customers, how they really move between channels, not just your best guess. And that knowledge, it lets you fine-tune your marketing, see how channels work together, and ultimately boost your revenue by finding those opportunities you'd otherwise miss.
Yeah, and speaking of opportunities, we kind of have to address this conversion crisis that seems to be hitting small to medium Shopify stores pretty hard. The data shows the average Shopify conversion rate is hovering around, 1.3 to 1.4%, which is, way below the general e-commerce standard of like 2.5 to 4%. That gap, that's billions in potentially lost sales. And for Shopify owners, it often comes down to maybe tighter budgets, less sophisticated ads, or just, relying on the basic analytics without seeing the whole picture.
It's a significant gap, absolutely. And the most obvious place to look for improvement, cart abandonment. The research we looked at suggests a massive 70% of online shopping carts just get left behind. 70%. That's something like $250 billion in sales that could potentially be recovered each year. And what makes it even tougher is that getting new customers, the customer acquisition cost, or SAC, has skyrocketed up 222% over 8 years. So optimizing conversion isn't just about growth anymore. It's basically survival for a lot of stores.
Okay, wow. So given all that, what about Shopify itself? What tools does it actually provide? Because I get the sense a lot of store owners might not be using everything that's already available to them.
That's often true. Shopify actually has some pretty solid native tools. First up is the Shopify Analytics Dashboard. Think of it as your kind of mission control. It gives you that quick visual snapshot, sales, orders, customer info like new versus returning, where they are geographically. It's customizable, which is key. You can change date ranges, compare periods, pin the metrics you care about most. It's pretty flexible.
Right, the command center.
Exactly. Then, if you want to dig deeper, you've got Shopify reports. These break down into four main types. You've got sales reports, which show sales by product, channel, staff, time period. Super useful for inventory and figuring out what's selling where. Then acquisition reports. These show which channels bring traffic and conversions. Helps you see which marketing is actually working. But the real insight often comes from spotting channels that maybe don't convert directly but play a big role early on. Those assists,
Ah, the assists, yeah.
often missed.
Definitely.
Then inventory reports track stock levels and sell-through across all your channels together. Helps avoid those painful stockouts or overselling. And finally, customer reports. These help you understand customer behavior, segmentation, and that crucial metric, customer lifetime value, or CLV. Basically, how much a customer is worth over time. This helps you find your best customers across channels.
That makes sense. So it's not just about running the report. It's about, looking for the story in the data, spotting patterns, things that seem off, like why does this product fly off the shelves on Instagram but just sits there on the main website, that kind of thing. Which report do you think is most maybe underrated for multi-channel stuff?
Good question. For multi-channel, I'd say the sales by channel report is really the cornerstone. You find it under analytics reports, sales by channel. And what you're looking for isn't just the total revenue per channel. You also want to see the order volume and, importantly, the average order value, AOV, for each channel, because context is everything, right? A channel might have lower total sales right now, but if it's growing fast or has a really high AOV, it could be way more valuable long-term than a high-volume channel that's just plateauing. It points to future potential.
That's a great point. It really highlights needing to know where sales originate. But when customers are bouncing around between channels, that brings up the tricky attribution question, doesn't it? How do you give credit accurately?
Attribution.
Yeah.
Yes, it's complex, but so important. Shopify gives you a few different models, and honestly, looking at all of them gives you the best picture. You've got last click, which gives all the credit to the very last thing the customer clicked before buying. Good for optimizing that final step.
Right.
Then there's first click, which credits the channel that first brought them in. Helps you understand awareness.
Okay.
Then you have linear, which just splits the credit evenly across every touch point, gives you a sense of all the players involved, and time decay, which gives more credit to touch points closer to the sale. Makes sense, right? Recent interactions often have more sway. The key takeaway here is, don't just rely on one. Use them all together to get that nuanced view. See which channels are great for discovery versus which ones are your closers.
Right. Okay, so that covers tracking channels individually. But where does the real power of multi-channel analytics come in? How do we connect those dots and see how customers actually move between channels?
That's where you unlock the really strategic stuff. I mean, imagine you discover that customers who interact with you on Instagram before hitting your Shopify store convert 30% higher than direct visitors.
Wow.
That's a huge insight. It lets you design smarter marketing flows. Maybe you use mobile ads on Insta purely for discovery, knowing you can then hit them with desktop remarketing focused on getting them to check out. You guide them along the path, using each channel's strengths.
Gotcha. Now, Shopify's tools are clearly useful, maybe more than people realize. But for merchants really serious about multi-channel who are maybe hitting limitations, they often need more, right? More sophisticated tools.
That's very true. When you get serious, integrating third-party tools becomes pretty common. Google Analytics is a big one, especially for its enhanced e-commerce tracking and those multi-channel funnel reports that really highlight the assist interactions. The Facebook Pixel, too, is vital for deep social insights and building those custom retargeting lists. And then you get into more specialized tools, things like Hotjar or Lucky Orange, for actually watching how users behave on your site, heat maps, recordings, that sort of thing.
Right, the visual stuff.
Yeah, or Klaviyo for really advanced email analytics.
Yeah.
And for pulling everything together from various platforms, you have tools like Glue.io or Dacity.
And I suppose for really unique situations, there's always the Shopify API for building custom solutions. But yeah, that takes technical resources most smaller businesses just don't have. Which actually brings us nicely to a solution that aims to bridge that gap, offering advanced capabilities without the complexity, especially for those SMBs wrestling with conversions. Growth Suite.
Right, Growth Suite is interesting because it directly tackles that conversion crisis and the multi-channel optimization challenge. But it does it in a way that tries to simplify things. It really starts with comprehensive visitor behavior tracking. So it's watching everything in real time, what products are viewed, actions on pages, adds to cart, checkout started, purchases, identifying exactly where people drop off. But here's where it gets really clever. Purchase intent prediction. It uses AI to analyze all those behavioral patterns and actually predict how likely a new visitor is to buy. It learns to tell the difference between someone who's clearly going to buy anyway, a dedicated buyer, and someone who's hesitant or just browsing.
Okay, that is interesting. So it knows who needs a nudge.
Exactly. And that lets it do targeted, time-limited offers, like maybe 5% off for the next 15 minutes. But crucially, these offers only get shown to visitors flagged as less likely to convert right away, and only after they've shown some engagement. So you're not just throwing discounts at everyone, which can hurt your brand and margins. It even creates unique single-use codes that apply automatically and disappear when the timer runs out.
Smart. Avoids training customers to wait for deals.
Precisely. And that urgency is reinforced by a high-fidelity countdown timer. It looks good, it's accurate, and it stays there, even if they refresh the page or switch tabs. This integrates seamlessly on the page, native on-page integration, showing the offer on product pages, animated savings in the cart. It feels built in.
Yeah.
And then there's post-purchase upsell funnels. This is powerful. Right after someone buys, on that confirmation step, it presents a special one-time offer. It uses their existing payment info, so it's literally one click to accept. The logic behind which upsell to show can be quite advanced too, based on what they bought, order value, number of items. It can pick intelligently, or you can set rules.
So it increases AOV right there.
Exactly. And all this ties into strategic discount optimization. By figuring out who's likely to buy anyway and not showing them a discount, And by tailoring the discount size to the predicted intent, maybe a slightly bigger nudge for low intent, smaller for high CQ, it aims to maximize revenue while minimizing how much margin you give away.
Okay, and how does Growth Suite help with the actual analytics side, connecting back to multi-channel?
It provides 4 key reports that are designed to be super actionable, like one-click insights. There's a funnel report that visually maps your conversion steps, session start, product view, add to cart, checkout begin, completed so you immediately see the drop-off points. A product report shows detailed performance per product, views, ads, purchases, revenue, useful for spotting winners and losers. Then a purchase insight report gives you those behavioral averages, like how long does it typically take someone to buy, how many visits. And finally, a cart insights report gives a daily snapshot. Carts created, items per cart, total value, AOV. These aren't just raw numbers. They're designed to point you directly towards optimization actions.
That sounds incredibly practical, especially for someone juggling a million things. And it seems targeted, right? Like Growth Suite isn't for everyone. It sounds like it's really built for those small to medium Shopify stores, maybe doing $500K to $5 million a year, 5 to 25 employees, especially in industries like fashion, beauty, electronics, where cart abandonment is just brutal, like 77, 78% you said for fashion.
That's the sweet spot, yeah. Businesses that are actively trying to grow but are feeling that pain of low conversion and abandoned carts.
Yeah.
And what really makes it stand out, I think, is that combination of sophisticated AI prediction with sheer simplicity on the setup side. They claim a 60-second setup, no technical skill needed, plus a 14-day free trial. For merchants without dedicated tech teams or tons of time, that ease of implementation is huge.
Definitely a major selling point. Okay, so bringing it all together for you listening, how do you take all these insights, whether from native tools or something like Growth Suite, and actually turn them into action? How do you optimize that multi-channel performance?
Right, the so what question. First, you've got to identify your top performing channels. But go deeper than just revenue. Look at your customer acquisition cost, CSE, and critically, your customer lifetime value, CLV. By channel, sometimes the CLV analysis throws up surprises. Maybe a social channel looks average on initial sales, but the customers it brings stick around and spend 3 times as much over their lifetime. That makes it incredibly valuable, right?
It's absolutely hidden gems.
Then, strategically improve underperforming channels.
Yeah.
Figure out why they're underperforming. Is it traffic, conversion, value? Then apply targeted fixes. Maybe better images for traffic, a smoother checkout for conversion, better cross-sells for value, and finally, focus on cross-channel optimization techniques. Create that synergy. Use personalization across channels with a unified customer view. Keep branding and messaging consistent everywhere, and tailor your channel mix to different segments, maybe Instagram for younger folks, Google search for suburban parents, whatever fits your audience.
Makes sense. What are the biggest hurdles merchants usually hit when they try to do all this? What should they watch out for?
Well, the usual suspects pop up. Data silos, information stuck in different places, integration issues, tools not talking to each other smoothly, attribution complexity, just figuring out that messy customer journey, and data accuracy, making sure the numbers are right in the first place. Best practices to overcome these. Set clear KPIs for each channel. Do regular data audits. Foster a culture of continuous learning. Use automation where you can. And importantly, build analytics literacy across your team so it's not just one person trying to decipher everything.
Good advice. Looking ahead now, what's next? What's coming down the pipe in multi-channel analytics for Shopify? Any cool trends?
Oh yeah, things are moving fast. AI and machine learning are huge. We're moving beyond just what happened to what will happen, predictive analytics, and even what should I do. Prescriptive analytics, like AI suggesting customer segments or personalization tactics. And these tools are getting much more accessible through apps.
So AI doing some of the heavy lifting.
Exactly. We're also seeing advanced visualization and reporting tools. Think interactive dashboards that make complex data intuitive. Maybe even using natural language, just asking your analytics, show me channels with high AOV for first-time buyers.
Wow, like talking to your data.
Kind of. Also, better integration of offline and online data. Blurring the lines between the website and physical stores using POS data, QR codes, location tech. Getting that true omni-channel view. And finally, real-time analytics. The gap between data coming in and being able to act on it is shrinking. That means faster responses, dynamic adjustments to marketing spend, reacting almost instantly.
Exciting stuff on the horizon then. So just to wrap up, embracing multi-channel analytics and focusing hard on conversion optimization really gives you that strategic edge, doesn't it? It means better visibility across the board, really understanding your customers, spending your marketing dollars more wisely, and uncovering those key areas to improve.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave people with. The merchants who get really good at rapidly analyzing and responding to their cross-channel data,
Yeah.
they're the ones who are going to maintain a serious competitive advantage going forward. It's about speed and agility based on insight.
Well said. And remember, this deep dive into multi-channel analytics was powered by Growth Suite. It's a really powerful Shopify app designed specifically to help you supercharge sales by truly understanding and optimizing that whole customer journey across channels. Growth Suite focuses on smart, strategic discount optimization using that purchase intent prediction we talked about, plus those effective post-purchase upsells to boost your average order value. And it gives you clear, comprehensive analytics like the funnel and cart insights, all aimed at protecting your margins while driving more revenue. You try it completely free on your Shopify store today.